Hello, welcome to Stocks Week episode, is it episode 5? I think it's episode 5. Hello, there we go. So, hope you've been enjoying it and it's been educational for you. So today, why is it so dark? I don't know why there we go, a little brighter. So today, we'll talk about specifically the stocks that I look at, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about that, why I look at them, and what interests me about them. So this is primarily going to be, stocks and ETNs, ETFs that I look at. Okay, so let me show you all the different ones. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Now again, this is just what I do. If you want to get into this, I do not recommend, doing this. I recommend doing what fits you, what interests you, okay? If you're interested in cannabis stocks, for example, focus on that. If you're interested in electronic businesses that do, technology-based businesses, then do that. Find whatever it is, even if it's like penny stocks or stuff like that. I don't usually like penny stocks personally, but find what fits you, and this is what fits me, and I'm going to go ahead and show you. So the first things first, there are many people who talk about this sort of thing who use screeners, and let me show you what that is. So if I go over to here, in this Weibo application, here's a screener, okay? You pretty much scan for a stock. So if I want to choose, United States stocks, or you can choose China stocks, exchanges, select sectors, and then let's just say you want to search only chemicals or transportation, whatever it is that you want to search up, and then you can do various sorts of indications. But here's the thing, I really don't. You could actually search up high dividend stocks too, come up with stuff like this. Coca-Cola is actually a pretty good one, even though I don't what's this, Coca-Cola? Yeah. That's actually not the main stock. That's actually a different one. But yeah, I don't do Coca-Cola. That's just the stock, yes, but not their product. But so the thing is, I don't actually use a screener, mostly because, and I'll tell you, I've found, I've tried this before, screening for certain types of stocks, certain type of criteria that I want to look at. I just don't like it. I really do not, mostly because I am someone who needs very strict things to look at. I don't want to be hopping from this stock to that stock to that stock. I just, the whole entire stock market is not my playground. I'd rather just have a playground of a handful of stocks that I just look at and focus on, and there's nothing there, which usually there's always opportunity, but I just don't do that personally. Okay, so let me actually show you what I do like and what I do here. And I'll just, we can just take a look over. These are ones that I've found. These are ones that other people have mentioned, like in videos that I've watched from people. And these are ones that I have either personally invested in long term, or actually for the most part, no, these are not long term ones. These are short, swing trades or day trade type of things, but that I'm practicing. So remember, I'm practicing. I've not made too much money in this thing. So let's go ahead and show you. So I have a category here, watching stocks. First of all, everything is green. Everything's looking pretty good today. I'm liking that. Our first one, NEO stock. NEO. So what do we see the actual information about NEO? Let's see. I think it's all the way down at the bottom here. Huh. Well, I don't know where it actually is, but let's just take a look at it today. You can take a look at it today. Very, very high traded stock. I mean, if you look right here, this is 630,000 shares, 440,000 shares that people are, trading. They're pretty much a Chinese company. Oh, here it is. Here's their profile. Manufactures and sells smart and electronic cars. It's pretty much like the Chinese version of Tesla, but not nearly as profitable. Very, very low price stock, $2.50. It used to be higher, take a quick look. Right here, you know, we're talking $5.60. It was up here, and then it's just, it's gone down. So main reason why I like this one, it is pretty cheap and you can get pretty good moves. Everything this morning has been pretty choppy, as you can see. And this is not the type of direction that you want to see. You want to see more of a direction. Even this is just, it goes up too high, down, you know, it just, I don't know. The whole thing this morning has been kind of messy. So this is one that I look at. This is actually a brand new one I'm looking at, Carnival Cruise Line, mostly because of how cheap it's gotten. This thing, because of this big V going around, this thing has plummeted insane amounts. It used to cost 51, and then it went down to as low as 790. Yes, pretty low, pretty bad. So that's kind of why I'm just looking out for it. Because look at the nice move it had today. Okay. Next one, SPCE, Virgin Galactic Holdings. Take a look at them. An aerospace company that provides human space flight for private individuals and researchers. Really cool, right? Yeah, really, really cool. This thing is also died as well. Look, $42 down to $12 right now. Even down to $9. I mean, look, things are starting to, you know, go up a little bit here, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue. We got to remember that. This has been a very popular and big one for me. Luckin Coffee. This is probably one of the first ones that I actually made a decent amount of money on, and right now they are doing really bad. Yeah, as pretty much all stocks are. I mean, this thing was up at let me review it on the day. There we go. You see the highs. About $51 down to, you know, what does that say? $23. They're pretty much a Chinese coffee company, like Starbucks, but cheaper. Next one of my personal favorite brands, Beyond Meat. They also have done really, really bad. I started investing in them back over here, like right around here for like longer term, but it was a very bad mistake because I invested right here. It went up to 230. I'm like, yes, I'm making so much money, and then, ooh, that's definitely not good luck. So my average price was $150, and now it's only about $50. So that's $100 lost right there, pretty much. It's pretty bad, but you know, if I'm in here for longer term, honestly, they are very, very popular. So I can definitely see them growing, and that's what long term is. Tesla is also another long term one. This thing goes crazy. If you see right over here, where's my mouse? There it is. Right over here, it was $179. You know what this one is, right? Tesla. I didn't tell you what Beyond Meat is. If you don't know what that is, Beyond Meat is vegetarian meat products like burgers and stuff like that. Okay. Tesla is a electronic car company here in the U.S. So this was in 2019. This was in June. In 2019, it was about $179, and then it spiked at, oh gosh, you can't even read that. It's too bright. Almost $1,000, and look how much it's gone down. Right now, it's $450. Actually less than half the price than it was at the top. Crazy. So those are the things that I watch. I really don't look at anything else, mostly because it's overwhelming to me. So I like to keep it minimal. But there's a lot of other stuff I look at, such as watching ETNs and ETFs. So these are all ETNs and ETFs that I look at. And there are a lot, as you can see, there are a lot. Let me actually sort them differently. Let's sort them. There we go. An ETN and ETF follow a main type of, they follow a future, pretty much, is what they do. And actually probably be better to view these in the other platform that I use. I'll go ahead and bring this up. So I use another website called tradingview.com. And I'll go ahead and show you this one. I've kind of shown you a little bit. Okay, so this is the overall stock market in 5 minutes. And wow, look at that. Just since I've been speaking, over the past 10 minutes, this thing has gone down a lot. It's at 19,900 now. Just think, this thing was 29,000, I believe, some time ago. let's just take a quick look. Right up here, what was this thing at? Yeah, pretty much 29,000. So you lost 1/3. Insane, insane, insane. Insane. Anyway, so I have over here a lot of the different things. So we have CL1. This is the future, light crude oil futures. And ETNs and ETFs follow these futures. So I have, if you look right here, I have two stocks, UWT and DWT. These both follow the light crude oil future. And I'm going to click on UWT and watch how the graph changes. UWT. Oh, hang on a minute. That probably wasn't the best view. Let me view it by the day. Okay, let's try this again. This is the future, and this is UWT. Do you notice anything? They look very, very similar. Let me actually zoom in and get a better view. I mean, this one definitely moved up more, but it's pretty much the same type of thing because UWT follows it. So whenever the future goes down, UWT goes down. Now here's the interesting thing. For every ETF, there is an inverse one, meaning DWT is the opposite. That's right. So when this one goes up, DWT goes down. And when this one goes down, DWT goes up. And you can use that to your advantage because you see this going down. It's like, oh, this one's going down. But guess what? You got another one that's going up. And look how insanely this one's gone up because of this whole issue going on. This one, you can't even tell that it's the opposite. It's just going up too much. Anyway, next one. Oil and gas futures. This one isn't even a future. This is just an industry. This one's pretty much used to track GUSH, DRIP, GASL, and GASX. These two are inverse of each other, and these two are inverse of each other, both tracking this industry. So again, if I view this and I view GASL, actually GUSH, it's going to be about the same. Let me zoom in again. And again, because the market's been so crazy, there you go. You can kind of see how it's almost the same type of thing. And then DRIP is going to be the opposite. But again, massive moves up. Crazy. So you can't even get a good idea. GASL, pretty much the same thing as GUSH. Watch the difference. GUSH, GASL. GUSH, GASL. You can't even tell. Except one is 44 cents, the other one's 11 cents, and they're from different companies. Now again, GASX is going to be the inverse of GASL. So if I click on that, it's going to be like that, and this one's going to be similar looking to a DRIP. See? GASX and DRIP. So again, you can use those to your advantage. So even when the market's going down, you have things you can make money on. Next one, natural gas futures. This is for natural gas. So again, if I'm looking at this, we have two natural gas stocks, UGAZ and DGAZ. UGAZ follows natural gas, as you can see, and DGAZ is the opposite. Very, very spotty, as you can see, just kind of all over the place, but they're pretty much the opposite of one another. Next one, gold futures. Yes, this is for gold futures. And these four right here are related to the gold futures. So if we watch, we see that going down. We see that going down. So NUGT and JNUG, NUGT and JNUG follow gold futures. These two are the opposite, dust and JDST. Okay? So if I view it, it's going to be the opposite, and these two are going to be about the same. The only real advantage you have is that some of them are tracked a little differently. Like you can see, like the prices are different. Usually, this thing used to be in the hundreds, I believe. That's how much this is going down. This one used to be maybe 20 or 30. So the higher it gets, mind you, the more that these numbers are going to change. These will always change. Next one. This one is not a future. It is Biotech. Okay? LABU and LABD follow these. So we take a look at Biotech here. LABU follows it. LABD will be the inverse. See? You can see how they are the inverse of it, the opposite. NQ1. This is pretty much the stock market. Okay? This is pretty much the futures of the NASDAQ. We also have the futures right here of the S&P. We also have the futures of the Dow Jones right here. And there's various stocks that that track this too. So we have TQQQ, which follows the stock market. If you can see, look, it looks practically exactly the same. And then SQQQs, which is the opposite. So I mean, this is just all crazy all over the place. Look how crazy that is. But here's the thing. You know how the stock market is plummeting. So if you started to realize that, you could have bought in over here. You know, you could have been making a lot of money with trading this. For me, it's extremely risky. It's very, very risky, but it's there. And pretty much the same thing. We have, you know, the S&P futures. Like if we compare all these futures, they're going to look about the same. Nasdaq futures, S&P futures, Dow Jones futures, pretty much exactly the same. And you pretty much have different things in here. I mean, you have SPXL to follow the S&P, or the inverse of that. And then you have Dow Jones here, and you have the DIA that tracks it. See? Pretty much exactly the same. Those I usually don't mess with. Or the lab ones. My personal favorite would be the gold, these oil ones, and the oil and gas ones right here. Those are the ones that I like. I really don't mess with pretty much everything past gold here. I don't mess with that. And the final one, which I don't think has a future or an industry that it tracks, but it's Brazil. It's a Brazil ETF. And if we look at a chart of this, I mean, this can make pretty good moves. So if you see it going up, you can buy in right here after a few days. You know, you can sell out around here or so before it goes back down. So you can make a decent amount from, let's say I bought in right here, $34, write it up to maybe $40. So that's a move of $6 in about a month or a month and a half's time. So $6 depending on how many shares that you have. So that's pretty much what I look at. Those are the ones that I watch. I usually don't scan for new ones. That's usually not my thing. But Webull does have a nice place for you to scan. Let me show you. If you're going under, actually, sometimes this is helpful. If you go under the Markets tab, you can view the overall markets here. And then right here, 5-minute trading to see how much things have gone up insane amounts, or extended hours trading. This is what you want to look at if you're like pre-market and you want to see something moving crazy. Look at the move this one had, 638%. So if you put some money in here, you could have been making a lot of money out, but this is so risky. I mean, look at this thing. Let me actually view the 5-minute. Let me actually view the 1 minute. Right over here, look at this. Hypothetically, if you purchased down here for $3.38, like 100 shares, $338, and you sold, let's say you sold right here, for example, at $28. Remember now, you own 100 shares. So you would have sold for $2,800 when you only paid $300 and some dollars. That's a huge move, but you know how risky that is? That's insanely risky, and I don't usually take those. I take ones that are much more predictable, take ones that have a lot less risk involved, because that is an insane move. You can make tons of money if you're willing to risk a lot of money. Okay? Well, you don't have to. I mean, you could have bought one share at $3 and sold at $28. But you didn't know that that move was happening until probably it was already halfway there. Mind you, it's not going to show up on that scanner if it's not making that move. So when it makes that move, it's probably going to already be pretty high up there. You know, we're talking maybe $15, $20 already before you may realize it. And by that point, it's kind of like, do I want to get into that for who knows how much longer it's going to go? So that's kind of the issue that I have, and that's usually why I don't mess with it. So I watch what I watch, and I'm good with that. So, yep. So if we look, pretty much everything is good today, except for the S&P. Down only 0.18%. So things are actually looking pretty good, despite what's going on. But that doesn't mean that this is going to last. Remember now, has it shown signs of lasting? If we look, let me view this here. Let's view the 4-hour. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Let me look. It goes up, it goes down. Right now, it's on this uptrend. It's going up. Doesn't mean it's going to stay up. It needs to show indication. And if we view the the other indicators that I have, it's still looking like it's on a downward trend. So even though today may be good, it may be excellent, it's still down 30%. So remember that. We're not in the green. And we probably won't be for a while, but right now, if it doesn't drop any lower and just kind of stays around here, then that's good. We don't want it to drop any lower. I guess then just imagine the amount of money people are losing and the economy just going down like crazy. So tomorrow for the finale, what we're going to be talking about is how I trade these stocks. Okay? Now remember now, I'm not a pro. Do not take my advice at all. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. Do not take my advice. But I'm going to show you what I do, how I make a little bit of money. And by little, I mean I'm practicing. I'm practicing with fake money and I'm practicing with a real money. A little tiny bit. Okay? Have I lost more than I've gained? I would say no prior to this whole crash when I think about all my investments. By this point, yes, if I factor in everything that I've lost probably $350. Only because of the market crash. And that's the only reason. If the market didn't crash, I would actually be up probably close to $100 with everything that I've done. So just remember that. Anyway, you take care. I'm going to head off now. You have a great day. Bye-bye.